Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kunal and I have been building AI agents and automations from almost last 2 years. And for voice AI agents, I use Vapi, Retail, Bolna, these kind of tools along with N8N as the automation platform and Google Sheet and Airtable. So in this video, we will get deeper into like how you can plan out your voice AI agent, primarily inbound voice AI agent for appointment setter. So there are few things that you need to look for. The first thing is there are basically four primary outcomes possible for any appointment setter voice agent, that is book an appointment, reschedule, cancellation, or none of the above, like it's just a simple query or lead doesn't qualify. So we didn't do any of these three, so that's others. So how it works, let's say you get an inbound call. First thing, we check whether it's a repeat caller or it's a new caller. Based on that, we categorize them and move forward. So now, before even moving forward, how did we categorize it? That is the question. So let's say you are using any provider. For example, you are using Twilio connected with Vapi or Retail. So those platforms, they give you an option of webhook. So what you do is you simply add your webhook of let's say N8N, and you send the contact number or the inbound contact number in that webhook and fetch all the details of the previous conversation. So you must be saving all the logs over there. So you can simply fetch all the details from your Google Sheet or your CRM and then return it back to the agent so that in the conversation moving forward it has all the context. So now let's say you have returned is returning equals to true. So this means that this user already exists in your CRM and you have returned the summary, transcript, appointment details of the user or the name, location, whatever information you had, you simply return back. Now our client lookup step is done. We already know that is returning is true. So this means this is a repeat caller. So in case of repeat caller, we can ask like again, how can I help? The agent will have a conversation. Agent will not ask for name again because it already got the name from the older conversation. It can also greet with the name. So all these things can be done. So once that is done, there will be scenario where it will be an emergency case. Let's say it's a dental appointment booking and it's an emergency case. So you can use a transfer call or handover tool to directly transfer the call to the respective phone number if they are available. And I would suggest use warm transfer to give some information and you can collect like maybe the reason why they want to talk to the doctor so that doctor can get some heads up. So that sort of thing it needs to be done. So once that is done, let's say user asks for three requests. There are three possible requests that user can ask for. First one is reschedule appointment, cancel appointment, or new appointment. So there can be another request like a normal questions, but we won't get into it because this agent is more than capable enough to handle the request. We don't have to get into these parts. This will specifically happen if these three requests are there. So next is lookup appointment tool. So let's say the user says that I want to reschedule an appointment. So agent should have an understanding that okay, is there any appointment that exists for that user? Or user says that I want to cancel appointment or I want to book a new appointment, and you don't want to just book n number of appointments for a new user. You would want to reschedule it if an appointment already exists. So for that we will use the lookup appointment tool. And how lookup appointment tool will work? It will need three parameters, that is start time, end time, and phone number. For start time, we can send the current time. For end time, we can send let's say 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, because we will check the appointment in a specific duration. And the last part is the phone number, which will be identifier whether this phone number has any appointment booked or not. Or you can use email ID as well, whatever you want to use. So now we have collected all these information, like we already have the number and we send the start time and we send the end time. So how will you handle the start time, end time? So basically you need to have a standard format for it. You just cannot send sometimes in normal English, sometimes in some other format. So I would suggest you always use this ISO 8601 format, which is this format, which is the standard format of time zone and which Google Calendar or Calendly also uses. So it will become easier for you to manage it. So now we have sent or we have used the lookup appointment tool, and we got to know that okay, these three appointment exist for this user, or these two appointment exist for this user for this particular time. Now agent has all the context. Once getting back the context, the agent can now act accordingly for the reschedule appointment or new appointment. For both the cases, agent needs to ask for the time, at what time you are comfortable with, or it will suggest the time. But before even suggesting the time, I would suggest always ask user at what time do you want to visit. Now user will suggest a time slot. Let's say tomorrow at 7 p.m., tomorrow at 8:30 p.m., whatever ABC. Then we will initiate our check availability tool. Now this check availability tool is designed so that this works specifically for the calendar in the working hours of that particular business. So now our check availability tool will check for that time zone, or it will basically check for all the time zone in that particular day or a couple of days ahead as well, and it will return back whether it is available or not. Then user can like say that okay, if the slots are not available, we can inform the user, and user will say okay, if it is not available, then at what time it is available. And we have already received back almost 2 days worth of availability, or 2 days slots. So now the agent can like give suggestions. Okay, if this is not something which works for you, can you will you be comfortable for 12:30 p.m. tomorrow? Will you be comfortable for 7:30 p.m. in the evening? So those kind of things can agent can do, and it can have multiple tool calls. Like if user says, okay, can you check for the next week? So maybe we haven't checked for the next week yet. So agent will again make the tool call, check availability, and get the slots back, and tell the user. So in this stage 4, the agent's job is to just get to a consensus. Okay, this is the time which is available. Are you okay with it? Now, once user says yes, we will confirm that okay, this is the time, this is the date, and I am going to book an appointment. That's the confirmation step. So one confirmation step, as we move forward with the confirmation step, the two scenarios can happen. For repeat user, there will be a new appointment or reschedule appointment. Considering new appointment means he does not have any older appointments available or scheduled. So we will initiate the book appointment tool call, or we will initiate the update appointment tool call, depending upon what was the request. So they are basically two different triggers, for update appointment and book appointment. And once that is done, the agent will ask, okay, do you need help with anything else? No, that's all. End of the call. And in case of cancel appointment, we'll get a confirmation from the user, we'll ask for the reason, and we'll simply initiate a tool call of delete appointment. And again, we'll ask the user, is there anything else that we can help? If no, end call. So now in each of these tool call, like book appointment, reschedule appointment, or cancel appointment, we will be updating our CRM as well. If a book call is initiated, we'll add it in our CRM. If a reschedule is initiated, we'll update that booking. And if cancellation is initiated, we'll update that booking to cancel status. So now that is for the repeat users, or repeat callers. But let's say for the new leads, and we get from our webhook that is returning is false, and we don't get any transcript, we don't get any summary, name, nothing. Then we can get into the conversation phase. We can collect the name, we can collect the appointment reason, we can collect the location of the user, and we can ask certain qualifying questions depending upon your use case. So now again, we'll go to the step where we will ask the user what is your preferred time to book an appointment. Again, same thing will happen. The check availability tool will be initiated, and the time slots will be suggested. And if it is available, we'll get the confirmation from the user and move to the book appointment tool call and end of tool call. So that's how almost all the inbound agents work. And in this handover, in the first phase itself, we check whether the user needs an immediate care or immediate attention or not. We can have multiple conditions over there that okay, we will only hand over call if this XYZ conditions are fulfilled. So we can also add these conditions in this. So these are basically the prompts which we set. So as you can see here that I have added multiple stages here. So how these stages work? So I haven't even started writing any prompt or anything. It's just a base architecture of how to think about building an inbound voice AI agent. Now, if you see here, these are the stages. So let's just go through the stages one by one and understand how I build these stages and how simple it is to create this particular thing, which we will directly be using in our prompts to give more context to the agent. So stages are nothing but the steps which your AI voice AI agent would take. Okay, so in stage one, we got an inbound call, and we also got the information from our CRM whether it's a new lead or it's a repeat caller. So accordingly, we will go to the next stage. So let's say it's a new lead. We'll go to the next stage. That is stage two. We'll greet the user. We'll ask the qualifying questions. We'll ask for details like name, email, location, whatever information you want to collect. We ask for the purpose of call, and then if it is appointment booking, like let's say if user is asking just some questions, then we can't go like directly ask the user that okay, what time you want to visit. So, but if it is an appointment booking call, we'll move to the stage 4. In stage 4, we'll ask for the preferred time. We check if the time is available. If yes, we'll move to stage 6 and we get to an agreed upon time. And we also can share more options, and like user asks for like is 8:30 available, the agent can say no, 8:30 is not available. Are you comfortable with 7 p.m., or I can also have a look at day after tomorrow. So those kind of things, those kind of conversational things like a normal human being does, that is also possible. Now if it is a repeat caller, we move to stage 3. We greet, we ask for the purpose of call. Again, if anything is related to appointment, new appointment, reschedule appointment, or cancel appointment, we'll move to stage 5. Now this is the stage 5. Again, as I explained you, for stage 5 we have to check whether the appointment exists or not. For that, we'll make a tool call, and if no appointment exists and reason for call is appointment booking, we again go for stage 4. Means you need to book an appointment and you need to come to a consensus on time, so we'll go to stage 4. If appointment exists and user wants to cancel, we'll move to stage 7. The stage where we'll get the confirmation and we cancel the call. And if appointment exists and user wants to reschedule, we again move to stage 4, where user will get into the consensus for what time availability. So once that is done and these stages are done, after stage 4, as we see that if check if time is available. So the agent will make a check availability tool call. So there can be multiple scenarios, or there can be 2 scenarios possible. If the time slot is available, we'll go to the confirmation stage. If time slot is not available, we go back to stage 4 and then have a conversation like okay, this time is not available, at what time, can I suggest you some other time. Now after the confirmation stage, we move to the next stage, that is to initiate the respective tool call, either for the book appointment, for update appointment, or to delete appointment. And if user needs more help, like we can ask user if they need more help. If no, we can simply initiate the end call tool. If yes, then the conversation will continue, and it's basically the stage 4, I would say, but we can just leave it as is. And if a transfer call is required, that is the stage 11. So basically we initiate the transfer call directly from stage 2 or stage 3. So I'll just change it to. Now we have a fair understanding of how the voice AI agent, inbound voice AI agent primarily for the appointment settings work. So if you go through the architecture once again, we get an inbound call, we confirm or we check whether this is an returning user or a new user. If it's a first time user or a new user, we collect the information, we check if it is an emergency, we transfer call. If it is not an emergency, we ask for the time to book an appointment. We use the check availability tool to check if the appointment dates or appointment slots are available or not. If available, we get to the confirmation stage. If not, we suggest more time slots. Once confirmation stage is done, we initiate the book call and then we end the call. Now for the repeat caller, since we already have the information whether it's a new caller or repeat caller, now lead already exists and lead can ask for possible 3 to 4 scenarios. The first three will be which would be the most obvious cases, either to reschedule appointment, cancel appointment, or book new appointment. For all these three cases, we'll do a look appointment call to check what appointments are already booked for those user, if even booked or not. And based on the request, we start the conversation at what time do you want to reschedule our appointment for, or what time do you want to book a new appointment. Again, we do the check availability, and once after the confirmation is done, we initiate the tool call, either book appointment or reschedule appointment, and then end call. If it is the cancel call request, we take the confirmation, we collect all the information required. Let's say we need to collect the summary, we need to collect the reason, and once done, we initiate the delete appointment call. And after every appointment, like after every tool call, we update our CRM so that we can have a look at it later, how many calls are booked and what happened. And once the call ends, we'll again in the tool we are using, either Retail, Vapi, Bolna, whatever we are using, so we'll initiate a webhook call and we'll send the call summary so that we can save all this information in our CRM. If we don't save the information in our CRM, in the next time a user calls us, we will get nothing in return. So we need to save all the information of the call, and the primary key we can use it as a phone number or a email ID, whatever you want to use. So that's how you can plan a voice AI agent for any use case, whatever you want to build. So if you have any questions, you can comment, and thank you for watching. And if you want me to build a specific use case, do comment below. Thank you. Bye bye.